not good enough, especially if you compare the results with the way the team is playing. If, as an example, if you have a draw against Arsenal, it's quite a normal result. It's not a dramatic result to draw against a very good team like Arsenal. The drama is you play so well, you dominate totally, that then the result becomes really bad because the way we are performing, and especially the last 3 matches at home, we can say we lost 6 points, Stoke, Burnley and Arsenal, when we play more than enough to have results adapted to the performance. That's the reality.
Mr. Mourinho, Dutch television, will you approach this game differently than you did in Rotterdam?
Yeah. Yes, because now we need 4 points to qualify. We don't need to be with the calculator, and we don't need to be waiting for somebody not to win, or somebody to score these goals or that goals, or we need to score this or we need to score that. So we don't need the calculator. It's so simple. We need 4 points to qualify. It doesn't matter what happened in the matches where we are not involved. 4 points is a victory and a draw. There is no space for a defeat. So tomorrow becomes a game where we have only 2 options, and the third option, defeat, we are out. So yes, we are going to approach that game knowing that is a knockout game for us. We lose, we are out. So we cannot lose.
Jose, when you arrived here, I think a lot of people thought you would come in, everything would be sorted out and everything would be fine at Manchester United. It doesn't seem to work out like that. I don't suppose you expected it to work out like that. How long do you think it will take to get this club to be the way that you want it to be?
No, I think the 3 years contract I was given, I think is a fair period of time. Is a fair period of time to be where we don't want to be. 3 years is not just about the transfer windows we have in 3 years. It's not just about that. It's about my relation with the players, my understanding of the players, the understanding of the players, of my personality as a manager and as a person, routines, dynamics, work, is stability, is all about that. So I think it's a fair period of time. But if you ask me that, if I'm waiting for my 3rd year in the club to have good results, no, I'm not waiting for my 3rd season. I'm going immediately to try in my 1st season to do my best to get results.
Jose, the thing was, Louis used to say the same thing about the 3-year contract and about, you know, I'm here for 3 years to get it right and to get this club where I want to be. And he was only here for 2, while the football's much better under yourself. Do you understand the frustration of Man United fans who keep being told it's going to take time, it's going to take time?
You know, Man United fans, what can I say? I can say that I'm amazed with the way they are with the team. Because we team, when I say team, I say we let them down. We let them down a couple of times with a couple of really bad performances. A part of that, we never let them down in terms of the quality of the game, the commitment, the effort, the enthusiasm. We never let them down in that area. The results are not phenomenal, but I think they understood clearly what the team is trying to achieve. I don't think that playing bad, the future can be bright. I think playing well, the future can be bright. So I think we are in a situation now where the team is happy with the way they are playing. They are happy with the direction where we are going in terms of the structure and the dynamics and the principles of our football. So that's why we keep a happy camp. We keep a motivated group. We keep the people believing that the good results, they are going to arrive, yes or yes. So big club, big history. Obviously people want big results. The only thing that I think they can look back and try to make a point of comparison is that the best manager of the history of the Premier League needed a few years to build such a successful period, which means if the best needed that time, means that the others, they also need that time. So that's easy.
David?
Jose, Zlatan Ibrahimovic has spoken about wanting to go to America at some point in his career. Would you hope he would delay that and that he's not talking about, say, summer 2017?
No, the Zlatan situation is simple. He has a 1+1 year in the club. We are happy with him. We are going to execute the option of the second season. So in 2 years' time, he can do what he wants because he's free. But I think in the next 1.5 years, he's going to do not just what we want, what he wants to, because he's happy, he's committed, he's loving his life as a football player at Man United. And this is probably the last big challenge of his wonderful career. So I think it's perfect for him to be here. 18 months more, and then he owns his decision of his future.
Sorry, Jose, just going back to what you were talking about before, has the job that you've taken on been more difficult than you anticipated? What you inherited and how you...
The job here?
Yeah.
No, the job is difficult as I was expecting. I was not expecting that the job was easy. When I told that I wanted to try to win the Premier League this year, I told at the same time that was a very risky approach in terms of my words. My words were not defensive. I knew the risk. I knew that was going to be very difficult. But again, just focused on the last 3 matches at home. My question is, how was it possible that we didn't win? So with these 6 points, where were we at the time? With these 6 points, we would be now in the top 4, very close to the first, to the second, very close there. So the difficult thing to accept is the fact that we played so well and we didn't win these 3 matches. So football is also a little bit about this. And I know how football is, and for sure some of the teams that now they're having everything in their sides, that period for the ball to hit the post and go out will arrive. Their period for the referee mistakes against them will arrive too. This is football. Cannot be unlucky the same team all the time. Cannot be wrong decisions all the time against the same team. That's not football. Football is a little bit like like this. So our lucky period will arrive too. We will win in the last minute. We will win without deserving. We will have a bad match and we go there once and we score and we win. That good period will arrive. But we have to keep working in the direction we want to work, because that's something I don't want to discuss with you, because it's not from my personal interest to do it. But now we have very, very clear between us the direction of our football. Our principles of play, defensively, attacking, everything is becoming much more clear. I can see in the team much more of the things we want, much more of the things we work. So the team is getting much more a team.
Jose, at your former clubs, you engendered squads and made squads and players that were very passionate for you and very loyal to you. How do your current crop of Manchester United players compare, and do they care as much?
Okay, I didn't understand.
He's asking how the players compare to players that you've had at other clubs. Do they care as much as they did at other clubs?
No, I don't like to compare. I don't like.
Richard?
Jose, I think you've done an interview suggesting you'll need another 2, possibly 3 transfer windows to get the squad as you want it.
I did an interview saying that?
I think so. No?
No.
Well, they've been talking about it
I
on
don't do
TalkSport this
interviews.
morning.
My interviews are with you. You know, I only speak to you. I don't give.
Well, it's been a big
Did
debate on
I give an
TalkSport this
interview?
morning.
No.
But anyway, going on from that, is it fair to say there are players here who still need to prove to you they can go along with you future-wise, long term?
In football, we have all to prove week after week. We have always to prove, and with the players is the same. Players is the same. It's not enough to say a few years ago happened this or happened that, or I played well last week. It's not last week. It's next week. It's not the last match. It's the next match. So yes, there are players that they have to play, especially the individual side of the performance. There are players they have to do better. That's normal. But for me, my analysis is more the global one. And for example, looking back to the last game, very good performance. Then for you go, because it's your job, you go more in the direction of the right back, was he good? The left back, was he good? You go more for the individual one, and then you find that somebody was brilliant and somebody was not so good. But I can't go in that direction.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. José Mourinho. Tiago Pérez Costa from Sport TV Portugal. I have 2 questions. If you could answer the last one in Portuguese, I would love, if not perfect. The first one, your opinion about a rumor that Man United are trying to sign Lionel Messi. And the other question about the golden year of Portuguese football, 2016. Thank you.
Lionel Messi is every season the same. Every season the same story. Every season he's going to leave and he never leaves. And honestly, I hope he never leaves, because I think he belongs to Barcelona. I think Barcelona belongs to him. I think the natural tendency and the beautiful thing would be for him to start and to finish his career at Barcelona. So for Man United, not for sure. And I think we'll stay in Barcelona, but that's just a personal opinion. The golden season of the Portuguese football had a few golden seasons. Okay, national team was the gold season because was the first time. But when Porto was European champion, when Benfica was European champion, I think we could also speak about golden moments in Portuguese football.
Okay, last two questions.
Jose, just listening to you, we talk about the present, but in terms of the future, you talk about this 3-year contract, you talk about the structure, you talk about the club and the history this club has. Are you looking beyond those 3 years of your contract and creating more history with this club?
No, let's go step by step. Let's go step by step. I'm in the beginning of my contract. I'm in the beginning of my contract. I'm in the beginning of the process. So let's go step by step. If you ask me, would I like to be successful in these 3 years? Would I like to stay here for more time than the 3 years? Yes, I would. Because I'm in the club where I want to be. I'm in the league where I want to be. So yes, I would love it. But I think I have also to deserve that. I have also to deserve that. So let's go step by step. Let's see the evolution of my result. Let's see how things go. And if one day the club thinks that I deserve, I'll be very happy, very proud of that. But I'm just in the beginning.
Okay, last question, Fraser.
Jose, Wayne Rooney said after the game at the weekend that I'm not finished yet. First of all, do you agree with that? And do you feel that some players, as they get older, like Michael Carrick, for example, will have to accept that they will play less and less football?
When I heard the beginning of your question, I was thinking that you were going to ask me what is the biggest problem, to be in a wedding in a hotel or to be in other places, but that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
So Jose Mourinho there, swerving that one about Rooney at the end, but very